Hey, you get your kids at daycare, right? And a lot of kids get hurt. Where are the videotapes, right? Everything these days gets videotaped. You walk down the street, you get videotaped. There are surveillance cameras everywhere. Where are they at the daycare centers? Andy Pierrotti, our investigator, took a closer look.
It's hard for Andrea hoping to keep her 2-year-old Sophia to stay still.
She's just into everything.
A few months ago, though, this cast around her arm limited her playtime, needed to heal 2 fractures.
The big one was her elbow was fractured, but they saw a second fracture on her arm.
The injury happened here at Discovery Point Daycare in Cumming this past February, when Sophia was playing at its playground. Daycare surveillance video showed her crying when she returned inside. When you asked to look at the video of the playground, what was their response?
That they didn't have any cameras on the playground.
No cameras?
No cameras.
Did that surprise you?
Yes.
A few weeks ago, state investigators with Bright from the start found no wrongdoing. The daycare never cited. Why? No video to prove whether negligence played a part. The daycare owner declined to be interviewed for this story, but he did install these cameras after the incident. The state didn't order him to do it. That's because cameras are not required to be installed inside or outside Georgia daycares. It's no surprise to Andy Goldner, an Atlanta attorney who specializes in child injury litigation. How important is video to a case involving a daycare?
So it can be important. Unfortunately, it's not something that we see a lot. And we've had cases, including one that we're handling now involving a catastrophic injury, where, according to the testimony from the daycare, they have cameras all over the building with the exception of the playground. And that just makes no sense.
As 11 Alive investigator Andy Pierrotti.
Over the past year, the 11 Alive investigators uncovered numerous child injury cases at Georgia daycares, including this toddler found with a skull fracture and this little boy who nearly lost his finger. In all of the cases, the daycares claimed there was no video of the incidents. State Representative Valencia Stovall believes daycares should have cameras. She now plans to ask her legislative colleagues to create a study committee next year to figure out a way to make it happen.
And it's just a process on how we get there, whether it's starting off being mandated or whether it's starting off voluntarily.
There's really no excuse for any daycare operating in Georgia in today's day and age to not have a rudimentary video system that can save footage for a certain period of days.
They need to be held accountable. It's our job to protect these kids that can't advocate for themselves.
Andy, quick question. If they become mandatory, is it going to put some daycares out of business and some people may not have a place to send their child?
You know, there's really no excuse for that nowadays. Years ago, 5-10 years ago, those systems used to cost tens of thousands of dollars. It's now a third of that, so it's no longer cost prohibitive just to put in a system, a basic system to monitor children.
And what do the daycare owners say about this if they now have to put these cameras all over the place?
Well, I asked the Daycare Association, which represents those facilities in Georgia, and they say it's not so simple. It's quite complicated. They say that in cases where there are foster children in daycares, you simply can't take pictures or video of those children, and it could put them at risk. So for them, it's not so simple.
All right, Andy, really appreciate it. Thanks so much.